Hi everyone, I'm Pau and I do random stuff for the internet, and today I'm going to attend my very first Pokemon themed convention. And this is no ordinary Pokemon convention. This one is called Pokeverse and it is said to be the premier Pokemon themed expo in the Philippines. Hello, this is Editing Pau here, and just as a disclaimer, I recorded this part, the talking head part of the video, like hours after I got home from the Pokeverse event, so I was still at a high from all the experiences I had. I am not turning a blind eye on the issues that happened at this event, however, on how poorly it was organized and received by people. I honestly was a little underwhelmed when I got there, but I thought that was just like first day things, like not a lot of foot traffic because it's a Friday and stuff. So when I saw the backlash online after the 3 days happened, I was like, that checks out. And there were like a bunch of articles written about it too. I just want to share the experiences that I had during this Pokemon convention because it is from the title. It is my first time experiencing something like this. It was only after the Pokeverse event that I found the Pokemon Philippines community online and I found out about PokeCon, which is, from how people gush about it, it is a well organized event and people go to that every year. But yeah, I already had a thing by the time I found out, and I also couldn't join this year because of some life stuff. But anyway, I hope to attend PokeCon in the future and experience more Pokemon events. It would be so nice. But for now, here's my first time attending a Pokemon convention. Hope you guys enjoy the video. It is organized by Captain Kirk, who is a big fan of the series, and he, along with his team, is responsible for bringing in two very special guests to the Philippines. Veronica Taylor, the original voice of Ash Ketchum, and Jason Page, who is the singer of the Pokemon theme song. And other than those two very important people, it's basically a whole convention just for Pokemon. And when I heard that it was happening, I was so excited. And in case it isn't obvious yet, I love Pokemon. If you look around, you would see that I have a bunch of Pokemon stuff. And if you follow me on my TikTok, I even made a whole series about Pokemon Oreos and I bought a lot. But yeah, I have been an avid fan of the show since I was a child. I remember waiting for the anime, doing my best to catch it on the TV, taking note of when it comes on, and I've always loved the story of Ash, how he persevered and how he's so determined to just reach this one goal. It's like this annoyingly persistent, like not stopping till you reach your goal. I've kind of got that inspiration from him and given from other people as well, but he's part of that. And let's face it, all of the Pokemon are cute. I think they're amazing. And once I got a little bit older and got into the lore of it, I had more appreciation for it, like how Pokemons are not really monsters, but kind of similar to the concept of kami, like deities. It's not animal abuse like some people that don't watch the show would call it, but it's more of like these are very powerful beings and you have to earn the right to be with them and to have this whole journey with them. And I think that's really amazing. I wanted to go to this expo because one, I just wanted to be surrounded by Pokemon. I wanted the merch. I'm excited to see what kind of Pokemon stuff they come up with, like Pokemon themed stuff. And yeah, I also kind of want to hear Ash's voice in person, if that makes sense. So what happened today, and I'm recording this at night, so I got the ticket and I only plan to go one day, on the very first day, because I know that I might have work around June, and I was right. But you know, after going there just once, I think it's more than enough. I would have loved to go to the whole 3 days and just immerse myself in activities, but you know, we have other responsibilities. Today I initially wanted to go like moment the mall opens, like 10 a.m. because I know there's gonna be like a ceremony or something and you have more time to go around the expo. But again, responsibilities, I had to finish a bunch of work, so I ended up going after lunch. Good afternoon. It is the afternoon. It is like almost 2 p.m. and I'm still at my house because I had a lot of work to do. But anyway, today's the Pokeverse day 1 and I'm so excited to go. And I found myself at the expo at like 3 p.m. But still, I think it was a very good time because I also didn't want to be around crowds, which is weird because I'm going to a convention, but you know, you get me. So first I went up to the 5th floor of Mega Mall where the Mega Trade Hall is located. If you go at the very end, you would see the exit, and then you would go at the second part where the ticketing area is, and this entire wall where the whole activities list. That's such... Why is it hard to say? The whole activities list would be for the whole 3 days. So I got there, presented my ticket, and they gave me this wristband. It was so cute. So this one, it's really cute, and I'm keeping this as a souvenir for sure. And then after that, I went to the entrance, and coming in, there's this big wall with the Pokeverse logo and all of the sponsors, and of course there's like a whole row of Pokemon plushie pictures, and it was so cute. And of course I took a picture. The angle is weird because I was so excited to go that I forgot my mini tripod. So after I took a picture with that wall, I went and checked out the expo. And this is also where I started spending a lot of money. But no regrets, I have a budget and I've always wanted this. So the first thing that you would see when you come in is this big collection of Pokemon merch. It has this like layers of glass filled with like Pokemon figurines, with Pokeballs, and just limited edition stuff, and the really good plushies. And that is the collection I want to have one day. I know that I mentioned in my puzzle video that I want a room full of the puzzles hung on the wall. In the same room, I want my Pokemon stuff there, along with my mug collection. I'm saying too many things about my future house. Anyway, there's a lot of exhibitors that are selling plushies, so there's a lot of stuffed toys. And of course you have your Toy Kingdom and Minisaw with the toys and the slippers and even like fan thingies and night lights. They are really cute, but I really came for the stuffed toys, so I didn't buy them. There were also a lot of trading cards. There are also like Funko Pop versions of Pokemon, which is really cute. And there's also this exhibitor with just the classic Nintendos, the Pokemon video games. There's also this really cool spot where you could play some of the Pokemon games, and if I knew how to play, I would definitely be sitting in those chairs. Here's the thing though, I am a big fan of the series, but I never got into playing any of the games. The only Pokemon game that I've played is Pokemon Go ever since it was released, and I'm still playing it faithfully to this day. Please add me. There are also booths from the major sponsors like your banks and your Philippine Airlines and PLDT and all of that. I didn't get footage, but they're there. There's also this place to chill in the middle where there's beanbags, and then you have the stage, and you'd find food stalls, Pokemon themed drinks and sweets, donuts and food. And if you go even further, you would find these crocheted Pokemon and Pokeballs. There's also a stall with like enamel pins, a whole lot of stickers and artwork, and there's this table doing live sketches or caricatures. Oh, and there's also this like Pokemon hats and Tuft. That's what it's called, like the carpet-like thingies. Tuft merchandise. It's really cool. And at the very back, that's where the autograph signing happens for Miss Veronica and Mr. Jason. There's a lot, and it's just to see a lot of Pokemon from one end of the expo to the other. It's just awesome. So for my Pokemon experience, there are 3 highlights. Highlight number 1 was finally learning how to play the Pokemon trading card game. And yes, I'm sorry, I don't know how to play the games, and thankfully this stall called Hobby Stadium is offering free lessons. If I'm not mistaken, they're also the ones that hosted like the tournament, and that is one of the many activities, by the way. The whole expo is not just about the merchandise. They have, of course, your panels with the speakers. They have a cosplay event, a trading card tournament. I think there was also a Pokemon theme song sing-along contest or something like that, and a bunch of other activities. And I only got to go to day 1, okay? So this is what I've experienced. Anyway, so we got started. Kudos to Jay who taught me. He was very patient, and I literally had no idea. He taught me how to draw cards and what each card does.
This is not a basic Pokemon. This is an evolution.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you can put it above some Blitzel if you after you evolve.
Okay. I really didn't know what to do at first, but you know, after a few turns, I got the hang of it. I really admire the strategy game part of it. It's not just putting cards down. Of course, every card game is a strategy game, but you know, it's just It's so nice to finally grasp something that I've wondered for so long. I know that I could always look up tutorials on how to do this, but one, I learn faster when someone is teaching me, and two, I didn't think I was ready to buy cards or like a deck if I didn't know how to play. If that makes sense? Does that make sense? I wanted to learn how to play first before investing my money in this and buying a whole set of it. It's a little bit like the battle part in Pokemon Go, but not really. But I understood it like that. There's a little bit of math when you get an attack and then subtract that from your HP, and then I learned when's the strategic time to like charge for the attacks, and then when to evolve your Pokemon, and how the item cards are very helpful. I did get a bunch of prize cards. That means I knocked out like 2 or 3 of his Pokemon, but of course he ended up winning because, you know, he's he's the one teaching me. And if I'm not mistaken, he is a judge in the tournament. Jay spent like an hour of his time teaching me, and I'm really grateful. Thank you, Jay, you're awesome. And I do want to buy a deck someday. I just need one more friend that plays Pokemon, so it'll be worth it. But he did suggest that there's an online version of this that I can try, and I got some good advice on what to buy first. It was really nice. They're really approachable people. I think that's the whole vibe of the expo. It made me so happy and so like at ease to see people my age or people like older than me that are there and enjoying their time and not really feeling out of place. And there weren't a lot of kids, by the way, but that's because I went on a Friday. But you know what I mean? I think I went on a perfect time where I felt comfortable enough that there were a lot of adults there spending their adult money and having their time of their lives with Pokemon all around. It was amazing. After I learned how to play, I was talking to Jay and one of his associates, and it was fun talking to them. And I was a little bit apologetic, like, oh, I really didn't know how to play. I actually don't know how to play any of the games, like the Nintendo ones or this card game, because we couldn't afford it before. I'm only discovering it now because I have more time now and I have the monetary means to get these games. And their response was so understanding. He said something along the lines of, that's the beauty of being an adult, that you finally get to satisfy your inner child. And it's exactly that. Again, I'm so happy that expos like this exist because it gives us the opportunity to celebrate something like this. Highlight number 2 is my haul. I already got a bunch of Pokemon merch. I have my Squirtle, I have a Psyduck, a keychain, I have this Pikachu that's from Jollibee, I have this Bulbasaur in a hoodie, and I got this Turtwig. It was a gift from my friend who went to Japan. So because I came for the plushies, I went ahead and bought some. I really wanted to complete my starter, but I forgot how big my Squirtle was. So when I saw a really cute Charmander, I just grabbed him. Got a Charmander, and I also got a Bulbasaur. Look at them! But my Squirtle. I first got this donut, which I ate later on, and it was really good. I also got this cotton candy with cute toppers. Got these awesome Psyduck stickers. I'm putting this on my laptop. This crocheted Pokeball keychain. Got this really cute tote bag from Serenity. They have different options, but I went for this one because it's so cute. And I got a free milk tea out of that as well. And most importantly, I got this guy. Oh, my hair. This really big Pikachu. The guys at the stall, they were so kind to me. I bought the Charmander first, and then I went back for Bulbasaur, and I saw him, and it was perfect and really cute. And I guess I'll... Okay, stay here, Pikachu. I guess I'll go back to just... It feels so nice to be able to afford these things now. Not to throw shade at my parents who did their very best to provide for us when we were younger, but that's just the reality of life, that you miss out on some things because you prioritize what is really needed. I guess I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to still get merchandise and get these things that I've always wanted. And as a child, I've always wanted to have, well, Pokemon merch in general, but I've always wanted to have a big Pikachu. Pikachu's my favorite, by the way, not because I'm being basic, but because I love that he improved himself without changing himself. You know what I mean? He didn't evolve to a Raichu to become stronger. He just became stronger on his own and became even stronger than some of the Raichus out there, which is amazing. And it's a very good message that I remind myself of this day, that I don't have to change myself completely to get ahead, but I can always work on improving and making myself stronger. I can't even begin to express how fantastic and how rewarding it feels to be able to do that for yourself. Like something that you've always wanted as a child, and to be able to finally achieve that dream. That's so dramatic, but to finally be able to give yourself that. And it made my inner child very happy, and my current self very happy, because I have a big Pikachu. He can barely fit in the frame. Look at his tail. He's very cute. And yes, people were looking at me the moment I got out of the expo, because I was like holding this guy, and I had to take a grab home because I can't bring him in the MRT. And finally, highlight number 3 for me was the whole Veronica Taylor experience. I was halfway through the expo when they called everyone to go to where the stage was, because Miss Veronica Taylor was about to start her session. And you know what? I was so busy going through all of the plushies that I missed recording the part when she said, "Manila, I choose you," or something like that. I'll insert it here. Chills, man. And you know what? To be honest, I didn't think it would be a big deal to me hearing Ash's voice artist live or the Pokemon theme song live, but I was wrong. It just hit me, you know, that this is the voice that I grew up with, that I've been familiar with so long, and to hear it in person, it's just a whole other thing completely. So I went to the center and I took a seat and I listened to all the questions prepared by Captain Kirk and the host. And some fans also got to ask their questions, and she goes back and forth with her normal voice and the Ash voice, and it just really and I never see it coming, and I always just stare when she does it, and it's just amazing to be able to witness, you know?
During the 8 years, sometimes you get kind of rough, or sometimes really excited. But overall, he's just kind of here.
I feel like there's this goosebumps all the time.
If it's that easy, man, I'll just keep talking.
She's so amazing. She answered every question so patiently and so eloquently. She gave some advice about voice acting, what her favorite episodes are, favorite Pokemon, and all of that. And because I was already there, I didn't pass on the chance to ask her a question as well. Hi, I'm Pau, and I've been a fan since I was 5. You probably have been asked this before, and looking at everybody here now, we are fans of different ages. So for you personally, the one that knows this character more than anyone and have been involved with this project for so long, what is it about Pokemon, do you think, that resonates with people so much over the years?
I think that there is something about the fact that Ash is 10, and that when we are 10, we have really no responsibility. Everything is possible in whatever you choose to do with your life. And the fact that he has to go on this journey to find himself, really, and has his companion, his Pikachu, and his human companions. And they have to find a way to navigate this journey of going after their goal, which is a big one. To be your very best, I think, is one that is never ending. To do that, to master your skills, and to bring everyone along with you and help them learn to master theirs. I think there's something wonderful about us being able to be Ash on that journey as we make friends, as we test ourselves and prove that we have what it takes to be the best to ourselves and then to those around us. I think the cartoon allows us to try out different things that we can then try in life. And there's something wonderful about losing yourself in the world of Pokemon, which is so safe. And it allows you to be you. And it allows us all to accept one another, being who we are, and not having to change for others around us. That the world is not so easy, but the Pokemon world teaches us that it can be. So I think that that's a big part of why it's so wonderful and hits us all so deeply, and and how we can watch it with our grandparents, our parents, ourselves, and our kids. All of us together can be in that world. And there are very few shows you can watch where you can lose yourself like that and also stay so united with everyone.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I have nothing to add to that. It's just, yeah, just Ash's character and the way he perseveres, and even the Pokemon have their own personality and just these storylines that you've followed over the years. That strength in character we see from them, it's just amazing. And I admit that I've been one of the many people whose lives have been touched, not to be dramatic, but yeah, have been touched by this series. Like, I've always been a motivated person, mainly because I've been raised by such motivated parents, but I do admit that I've had my influences from media as well, and Ash is one of them. He has this like single determination to just, I want to be a Pokemon master, and he's just doing all of the steps in order to get there, and it's just wow. I should watch the anime again. I will. In general, I used to be a person who didn't understand what conventions were for, but now that I've been to one, I really have a better understanding of it and a much greater appreciation for it. Just to be in a place where you're surrounded with people that have the same love for the same thing. I know I've said this in my puzzle video as well, but it's oddly comforting, and it's so nice just to be surrounded with fans. Even the exhibitors, you can tell that they're not just there for the profit, that they actually care about Pokemon. They're so knowledgeable about it and so passionate about it as well. And I think that's the value of a convention that's made by fans for the fans. Like, you would have a really good atmosphere, you would have a really good time. And I know that Ash already left the series and it's like a bunch of different characters now, but I think the legacy of Ash Ketchum and just Pokemon itself will continue on. It has been for years, and I'm confident it will keep going. And like what Ms. Veronica said, it is something that you can enjoy with your grandparents and as yourself, and with even kids in the future. And that is something that is so rare, and to have a time and place to celebrate that is just wonderful. I had a fantastic time, and I had a lot of realizations about adulthood as well. I honestly didn't expect this is how the video would go. I just thought I would ramble about Pokemon and how much I love it. I kind of did. But yeah, I think I just wanted to talk about how shows and the things from my childhood and how it could add so much value in our present selves, in our present lives as well. So overall, I immensely enjoyed my time at this convention. I sincerely hope there will be more in the future and a whole lot of opportunities to celebrate Pokemon as well. I would definitely be getting into the card game more, and who knows, maybe one day I'll know how to play the video games as well. Very exciting. So that is it for today. If you went to the Pokeverse, please let me know what your experience was like, because I really want to know. Oh, and please let me know your favorite Pokemon as well, because I think you can tell a lot from a person from their favorite Pokemon, in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video if you feel like it, and subscribe because I'm gonna do more of these and a bunch of random stuff too. Till next time, bye!